Good morning, London traders. How are you doing? It is 1:54, so we're a little bit early, but why not? How is it going? Hello. You're like, oh, are you already starting? I'm too early. All right, make sure that this is set up. It's so dark for some reason. Okay, well. Well, anyway, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a good day yesterday. Um, let's see what happened overnight. Let's have a look. Oh, that's just beautiful. Look how beautifully we've been ranging in Asia. That is just beautiful accumulation. There we go. Very pretty. So yesterday after lunch, we were in this range. We went a little bit higher into the close. Created a new all-time high, and then we just wicked. We opened, we went lower, and now we've been into this range that was created between 6 o'clock and 7:15, and Asia range is right over here. Asia range starts at 8 o'clock, and we've been literally sort of in. Let's measure this gap, or let's measure this. I just want to see how big this is and where the midpoint is. Okay. Just the bodies are interesting for me. Okay. Yeah, so we are balancing around the midpoint of this larger range here that would formed. I would be very interested to see if we can have a body closure above this. We have some sort of like relatively equal lows or ascending lows, or they're just going to create liquidity to the downside and and then take it out later today, or possible. It's NFP this week. It's Wednesday, so NFP protocol sort of in play. You want to be. It's better to be done New York AM session and look at the market until Friday again. Well, we always look, but just be careful. I said yesterday I can see us go to 800, but anytime, I mean, we don't want to pick tops and bottoms, but with NFP coming closer, I'm like, oh, is the high really, or how more highs are we going to make before we're ready to really move lower? And NFP could be a really, really nice driver. We have news today as well. 8:15, sorry. ADP non-farm employment, red folder, and 10 a.m. PMI. So that might be exciting. Or they're going to leave everything for tomorrow. 8:30 unemployment claims. And then Friday we've got employment change. Oh no, sorry, that's Canadian. My apologies. That's where we have the non-farm employment change at 8:30. The only thing that I'm thinking, like, if they really want to make a large move, they might do it in a couple. It might be continuation a couple of days. So I don't know, because it's such a. Once it starts going, I think we've got quite some miles to cover. I was wondering if it's going to be like just a few days of red days, but it's still technically, if you see how much range we created, it could still be bullish, just going 2,000 point lower to go back up again. I don't know. It still wouldn't be weird in a way. But we need a news driver to push through all these bullish PDRAs. Yeah. We just keep on stacking. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm neutral still. It doesn't look bearish to me now. But let's see what London is going to give us. It's almost 2 o'clock. We could have some movement to the downside, but that means I'm not bullish yet, bearish yet overall. I don't think that, and I think we're going to make another high. I mean, it doesn't look, we got equal highs here, sort of. I don't know. Hey, Make Money Online, how are you? I'm doing great. Yourself? We had an awesome day at pre-market prep again. Had a good trade in the morning, so no complaints. No complaints. How about yourself? Okay, let me go back to the lower time frame here. So let me see what we're doing. At 2 o'clock. Did we go back to the daily open? Okay, I can see us go back here. I'm actually thinking of taking a long. Hold on, am I late? Yeah, I'm a little bit late. How many points? 740, still points to go. Yeah. Are you ready to make that move now, or are you gonna make us wait? Hey Cam Trace, how are you doing? Today you look like a gentlewoman. What's going on? What do you mean? That's a weird comment. Hey Meredith, how are you doing? Alex, yes, the London opens at 3 o'clock. The London market. Yeah, I'm doing great, Meredith. We had a good day. We a good trade in the AM session again. I was like reading, oh my God, yeah. It was just really one day that I had really an off day. And also in London yesterday, I just didn't feel it, but yeah, it was all back to, felt like very confident in AM session. Well, chickened out first, but then got back my mojo. So Yeah, I think we had a 127 point trade in the morning, so that was good. One trade, one trade only. So, um, yeah, I like the move to the up. I think there's more upside. I'm just wondering if it wants to blast through midnight now and go to the daily open already. I think so. Or are we just going to form some levels of liquidity, go one leg lower, take Asia low, and then go higher? Because we already swept Asia a little bit, but doesn't mean it's going to go lower, right? I mean, it doesn't mean Asia low swept, we're going to go Asia high, we're going to go to Asia low. A lot of people think that always, like, okay, Asia low has been swept, so a high, we're going to go to the other side. Hey, company man Carl, how are you? How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm looking at those large wicks here. I'm wondering if ES wants to dig into this wick and go back to the end dog before heading up higher. So I can see, and so that's why I'm not too eager to enter the long. Um, and Q looks a little bit more bullish than ES. I can see ES just moving a little bit lower before, if it wants to go higher. Um, we are over in midnight though. Interesting to see. So I'm gonna see 15-minute on ES. Um, yeah, ES is not there yet. Okay. Okay, guys, are there any more complaints today? I already got 2 complaints. I look like a gentlewoman, and my stream is 720p. Any more complaints today? Just bring them on. Just do it now. I know, Alex. I actually have been thinking about that. I had to. Yeah, I actually am in the process of. I want to buy a new computer, but the thing is, I was actually supposed to move again, and I thought I would stay here for a year, and I just didn't want to because I've got a Suzuki Jimny, and it's full already. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just do this, and then. But I actually extended the lease here, so now I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna stay here longer anyway, I might as well, buy something bigger, and then but then I probably have to, get a mover at some point because then I won't be able to. I'll just have to buy more stuff. So I'm sort of like still like, what am I going to do? How am I going to travel when I get move away from here? So that was my. I was actually supposed to move this month, and then I just wanted to pack up my things and go. But yeah. So yeah, if anyone has a good, yeah, it needs to be very powerful. Then definitely agree. So then, but the laptop is not that. It's especially when after I got monetized, it's just not able to do a lot of stuff. But yeah, but yeah, guys, we have to do with the 720 for now. But it will change. I totally agree. It's gonna change. So I have to start working hard for my for a new computer. Is a Lenovo P16V? Is that a power? Is that like a? I mean, I don't want a laptop. I think, but or I guess the laptops, there are more powerful laptops. But they sold this one to me as powerful, so I got. I guess I. The name of this laptop is Iris, so that's why I got. I was like, oh, it's my name's on it, so. But I guess that was a stupid decision. Hey, Lucky Mon, how are you? Oh, thank you for mentioning that. I'm happy that you guys are joining. Um, it's always fun to do London. Okay, so I did not enter because I'm just looking at ESY and I'm looking at like, okay, I just think ES wants to go lower. So I'm not too, I like this trade to the upside here, oh, um, but we're still early and looking at the 4 hour here, I'm looking at this large wick here. You see? Like again, there's a decoupling between ES. You see, ES really looks like it wants to distribute to the downside a little bit. And Q is not giving me that vibe yet. And you see they're a little bit different on the 4 hour. So ES might wants to go lower into this wick. And MNO manual, I do all. I try, hold on, I need to check something. Sorry, guy, that was the neighbor's gardener. He's so loud. So, um, yeah, I mean, do you trade live paper or prop? On stream, mainly it's been prop firms or demo trades. I always start in London with the first few paper trades just to see if I'm on the ball before I touch any of my accounts. Doesn't matter, my evaluations, my live, my funded, whatever. So, yeah, I have all. I do all. But mainly, it will be evals or funded on stream. I usually touch my live account during New York session. I just do, lately I'm just doing a little bit better in New York session. I don't know why. So I'm just more confident in the trades. I think it's also because we have more intel. Yesterday, again, pre-market prep, we did really well, 127-point trade. Just one trade, we're done. And it feels easy. It feels, I don't have to. Well, it wasn't that easy because I chickened out in the beginning and then I had to re-enter. But it just feels more like it comes more naturally for some reason. Lately, it has been lately it has been like that for now. I think a couple of months, but I don't know. I can't really tell why. It's just for me, things that I look for are just like, and sometimes even the open is easier for me than London, as weird as it sounds. I guess it's because you have more data to work with. I guess that's it, but we'll see. But anyway, we seem to be lower into this wick. Let's see how deep we want to dig into it, or Alex, Asia opened at 743 and the close is at 738. These levels are important. I think NQ might revisit. Yeah, the opens are always important and the close as well. And you can see here the close is where price settles. It's my red line. It's plotted automatically by TradingView. And today it happens to be also exactly on the daily open. So it's a level of importance, but you can see we're not going there yet. So price wants to move away from it. Like I said, that I didn't enter here. I still like this level here. But yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm speaking. I'm fine. Hold on, chat. I need to put you on silent because I have a very important call. Yes, let me just put my chat on silence. Hold on. Um, Sorry about that, guys, but it was remember the driving license that I went for a passport like months ago, 3 months ago? It's still not there. So the guy that was working on it, he was looking for it, and now it's almost solved. So I had to take that call because that was really, if you get someone who's going to help you, you take what you get. So my apologies for that. Okay, good thing we did not enter yet, as we are still accumulating. We can. So that's good news. That is good news. Okay, now let's get back to the charts. Um, yeah, so I really want to see if either we are accumulating here and staying in the range, or are we going to dig deeper into this level. As you can see, we're also hanging out here. So um, yeah, so sometimes here it's very when it's government related, it's very hard sometimes. But once you get the right person, some things are really well organized here, I must say. But some things are not, and then it takes like months. Um, Here we go. I have to make sure that everything is gone, that my cats don't chew up my documents. Okay. Yeah, for me, it's just a waiting game now. I'm not interested in this price action too much. It's just not really doing anything. Any one of you guys already positioning yourself? Let's do a poll. Um, are we going to make all-time highs in London already? Are you already long? Start a poll. New all-time highs. ATH in London session. So let's say until whatever, 4 o'clock. New all-time highs in London session. We'll keep it simple, and then we'll zoom in a little bit later. 10 point stop loss. Um, 10 point stop loss. Both of you are long. Both of you are long, right? A lucky mon. Yeah, long scalp, long scalp. Okay. I'm gonna wait still. Um, I because ES looks a little bit too bearish for me. I really think it might want to return to this end dog and then maybe go higher. So I'm just sort of like, see, we hit 0.5. So technically we are in, we hit discount, right? So it doesn't have to go lower. It could go higher from here. Um, but just, I don't like, I think ES wants to retest this level here. So I'm just not trusting it too much. I always try to trade in the direction of the 1 and the 4 hour. So if I see this being bearish, I just not I don't, try to stay away. Um, We created equal lows on the one. You see here, the 1 hour is equal now. We created equal lows. Yeah. Um. Where is 0.88? Well, it could go up. I mean, it's there is room to the downside, but also it already hit this level here, so I just don't like ES sort of like looking too bearish to me. So you see how ES is really pushing down, and on the 15, I can frame it both ways, guys. I can frame it both ways, so I just don't like it too much now. Um, so anyone who has been in the process of lately buying a new computer or a laptop, is there a laptop that is strong enough for really, or should I go for a non-laptop for trading? I'm just wondering if I should, what I should do with a new, when I invest in a new setup. I really want a very powerful setup now. Preferably stream in 4K. Yeah, the memory is the most, well, that's a lot of memory, 24, or Snap for editing, maybe a Mac. I, no, I don't like Mac. I used to be an Apple person, but I sort of moved away from it. It's not bad, but I just, um, oh, you're using the 1414 as well. Ooh, I like that. We are exactly on that line right now, but I don't know what you use as a benchmark. How would you consider long above 37.25? How would I consider a long about 725? How I would address it and how I would maybe use standard deviations to, you mean to get a TP? Is that what you mean? So you're looking to enter a long above 725 and then you, well, I would position myself for a long, preferably below that level, because the easiest thing and the safest thing is to target what you already have, right? That's why all-time highs is difficult. But if we go a little bit lower, then we could attack the highs, or maybe I would play it a little bit safer, and I would like if I would look at the 15, for example, I would consider it just only the daily open, because then I would think, okay, we might reject here, so this might be a rejection block. So I wouldn't target the highs yet, but maybe just the area from here. So 725 for me is not very interesting to take a long off if I would only project it to here. Now, I do think we're going to make new all-time highs, but I don't think London might not do it. It might be again in New York session. So I would rather see it a little bit go lower, then go here, reject, and then maybe make another low or something like that. But if I would trade it up to here, this would be my trade that, okay, I could frame it too, but I'm not interested in just this range currently. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with 20 points if you see a trade from here up to here. But I would try to, if you see that trade as a setup, I would try to position yourself a little bit earlier, because this is the breakout already. You could also, what I would do is take something off here already. If I would trade it to the upside, I would take this as a TP, because you're in a bearish fair value gap here. And then maybe you have a runner for a little bit up to the daily open, or that level of settlement price, right? Price at the close. And then reassess if it wants to really take out these highs. But I would rather consider this a rejection, area of rejection for the time being, before it really goes for the highs. Because there's so much liquidity there, and it's just algorithmic. Okay, so ES is already going a little bit lower. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this is enough for an ES. So much patience from us required. So much patience. Um, let's see. Oh, Inversion. Oh, hello, my pretty girl. Let's see, the inversion is holding. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You cannot do that, my love. Okay, this is a 15-minute inversion. I think it looks like ES. No, come on. No, no, no. No. GG, not today. What time is it? 2:37. I'm looking at this here. Lower. We're holding. ES did its job. It's done. We're here. Hold on, guys. 2:38. Let's wait for the next macro. Um, uh, 2:40. What's your setup walkthrough? Well, preferably I would like to position myself as a distribution trader in the if I think we're going to get distribution of the 2 hour the 2 o'clock candle, I would like to position myself here below between the open and the low. But um I want to see confirmation that ES is going to go over this 50% line. Um so I will wait for the next hourly candle three when London opens, because I also don't like it that we left this gap here at the 2 o'clock. So I'm just um, that's why I'm waiting. I said I'm waiting because of this gap, and there is a little gap here. I just didn't trust the price action. So I don't like the time that it's moving. It's for me just very trappy. We're still in consolidation area, so I would rather wait because of these kind of situations. It's just telling me like, just wait. Um, this price action just tells me to wait, just be patient to until things have like get back to normal, and price is really ready to move, and it's just nice. Let's see if it's gonna go below the orange box here. So it's very important if we want to stay bullish, we don't want to see price go below the 2 a.m. open, okay? So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to see, because price action, how the way is behaving, I can see the bullishness, but I see a little things that the algorithm is leaving behind that I'm like, I don't know yet if it really wants to go here now, or does it want to manipulate a little bit lower and then make another range and then go higher. About myself, hey, Mr. Chaos, you're late today, my friend. Company man Carl beat you today. How are you doing? So Jason, where are you from? So I'm from the Netherlands. I live in South Africa, but as a digital nomad, I just trade for to be able to have the lifestyle that I have. Um, yeah, that's actually it. I'm actually I consider myself a day trader. Just happen to have a YouTube channel. I just press live. But I don't consider myself an influencer or a YouTube. I am a YouTuber, obviously, but I'm a day trader by heart. And I'm an alcoholic. So, but no, it's not it's, I think trading should never be a side hustle. Even though if you do it on the side, you should take it like very seriously. Even though you have it as a second source of income, it's more than a side hustle because it takes time to get successful in trading, understanding the market. Um, so see, we're not going below 2 o'clock. That's important information, right? So let's see until 2:50, the next macro. Then I might get interested in maybe a long because now we have sorted this shit out, and now I'm willing to take a long. I'm just paper trading. My first two trades are always paper trades, guys. I just want to see if I'm reading the market correctly. It's one of my rules. I stick to my rules. If I don't stick to my rules, why I choose South Africa? Yeah, because the nature, wildlife. I was doing wildlife related projects here. But Bali, I wouldn't like to live on Bali. No, thank you. It's too touristic to me. I like South America a lot, by the way. If I travel, I like I might move in a couple of years again. Or maybe in a year, I don't know. But I like Asia, don't get me wrong. I haven't been to Vietnam yet. One thing I was training about the smaller I trade, the longer. Yes. One thing I learned about trading after 18 months of losses, the smaller I trade, the longer I hold the. Yes, exactly. You get more comfortable, right? Because your risk is smaller, and you can. It's like you have to grow into larger trades. Dubai never really appealed to. I like nature, and Dubai is concrete. The lifestyle. I mean, I must say, I do like what the UAE is doing nowadays, and I feel like okay, but I don't like living in a city, and I don't need the luxury. Let me put it. I don't chase a luxury lifestyle. I think Dubai is more of you. If I would have been younger, maybe in my younger years, I would have preferred maybe to live there. But I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. But I still would like to visit, and but I prefer to have monkeys around and live in the bush with animals, have quiet, and ES is still below that 50%. It's still below. See, ES is still bearish to me. I think too long for me. I don't like it. I put it on, so I leave it on. But yeah, I'm getting out. I don't like it at all. It's look. ES is too bearish for me. We're gonna open up. I think we're gonna dig deeper into this wick, like I said. Go into this end dog. Um, yeah, I think they're gonna use this wick. We'll see. That's a neighbor. I know he's annoying. You hear it very loud? I have to close the door. Neighbor is going wild. Do you still hear it? You hear it very, very far away, right? It's actually really nice music, though. I have to be careful. If YouTube picks it up, I can get a strike. Just put the. It's the guard. So the gardener next door, he puts on when he's working. He really puts his music very loud sometimes, and he's very like it's like on the border. So okay, let's see. Is it a bit cold? Can you still hear it? Yeah. So many people are complaining about stuff. Okay, guys, we just have to wait. Yeah, well, I mean, this is true accumulation, which is good. That might give us a nice opportunity later on. But yeah, I wonder if we're going to use this wick before going up. Okay, let's see what 3 o'clock does. Okay, let's see. Um, we dug into this one. We dug into this. I still think I like the long. What about you guys? Let me see what the poll. 52, 48. 52, yes. We still are above 2 o'clock, so that means we still are above the 4 hour candle, right? Um, you see here, the question is, does it? It could easily go into this wick, but it could also, I can also see it attack here. And we've got a gap here. Got a gap here. Yeah, no, hold on. I think I like the short more because we've got so many. I think they're just creating liquidity to the downside, and we're gonna attack this later on. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a short. Still paper trading, guys. Just paper trading. My stop loss is gonna go here. Oh, hold on. I've got to take this call. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I had to take that. This was a very old man. He's died. I think he's dying. And you're gonna laugh about this. The people that are with me are gonna laugh about this because I was talking about a rooster, and I got rid of one rooster here, but apparently there's another rooster. And this man, he says, I'm just trying to live my life, and I want to get rid of that rooster, and there shouldn't be. And he said, could you help me locate the rooster? Because I just want to live my life. And I said, I'll help you. Because there is one rooster, and it drives him nuts. And there shouldn't be roosters in this area. But he says he got my number from my neighbor, and they knew that I was on it with the other guy. But so I'm on a rooster hunt, guys, taking out all the roosters in the area. But anyway, I got stopped out. Yeah. Um, as you can see, we have a breaker here. I think it's still the long. Okay, so you see, we still have no bodies below the two. Anyone still long? I still favor the long. I'm not going to enter again because it's just a very small trade for me, but I still think it's going to go here to 743. I think it's still in play. I think the short is out because now also you can see ES is moving back upwards again. So it's showing its hand right now. It doesn't want to go lower. We have a breaker activated right now. But it's just such a small range that I just don't feel interested to, again, even though it's a paper trade, I just don't want to waste my paper trades also on this. But yeah, that was actually really sad. That was a very sad call, to be honest, guys. The man was very old and he was just, um, I said, I have to go now. Can I call you back? He just wanted to talk. You know, you have to help these older people. They're lonely and they have just so sad. But I have to call him back after the stream. But apparently, I'm not the only one who hates roosters. I'm being woken up by roosters. Ah, poor old man. He says he moved from the bush to here for the last few months. Okay, let's see. I do like it as a retest. This we activated this. What time is it? 3:10. I still don't trust the area. Anyone long? Yeah, it's very sad, but I think someone gave him my number because also like they knew that I would give him, talk to him and help him, and it is about the rooster, but it's more about having, keeping an eye on someone in your, you have to be. People need help, and sometimes it's just attention, and I guess yeah, it's very sad. I'm long since got stopped at shorting and let the long just play out. I am long since 2:42. Let me go to the 1 minute, by the way. Yeah, I think it's gonna go. You see, it didn't go. There was no body closure below the 2 o'clock as well. We had the manipulation. It took out that little gap here, and now it's ready to roll. But it's still in that accumulation range. I'm not too eager to anticipate either. I don't like to trade accumulation in those small ranges. They just don't really interest me. So let's see if it can break out or just goes back and forth. There we go. Hmm. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Alex, well done. Double profit, long and short. Oh, short CL. Okay. Um, oh, 96 people watching. Hello, hello, everyone. That's a lot of people watching. Long since 2:42. What's your TP, Swen? Okay, daily open tagged. What time is it? 3:12. So we are outside macro. Let's see if it wants to just create another low and reject here. So we never went below 2 o'clock, right? So that was propulsion block. This was a propulsion block as well. See how distracting it is to have loud music when neighbors are playing music. You get. I already got a text message from. It was a landowner or my landlord. He says you're going to be called by an old man. Blah blah blah. So I knew the phone call was coming, and I just could not take it, because he already sort of like described the issue. So, you know, yeah. Okay, let's see. 3:12. Rejection here. You need full focus to trade, right? Always. Hey K9, how are you? Oh, you're K9. I just got a phone call from an old ranger, a very old man who moved here and who was complaining about a rooster. And he used to be a ranger. I think also from the same area. Yeah, he's. Are you in Hoedsprout now? Oh, Makalali. Yeah. But anyway, let's see. 52% still think we're going to make new all-time highs during London session, so that means we're going to continue now to the upside. Let me check the 15-minute just now. So see, this inversion helped. We never went below 2 o'clock, so it was always a long. Now we are rejecting here, but the question is, I'm not sure it wants to consolidate again here in this area. I don't like this area. Why? On the 50, we're still within this, in this large range here, in this block. We inverted this one though here. Are we going to invert this one? Zero four seven seven three. 773, 773. Are you still in Chicago? So I wonder if this hourly candle is done with this move, or does it want to push through this end dog? Um, I just don't like the area. It's too. Okay, let's see. Are you digging into anything? Not yet. Fair value gap. Didn't go lower. We inverted this one, but I want to see a body closure above 734. I want to see a body closure above 734 on the 15 preferably. To see if we can push through the daily open and go higher, or are we going to reject here for a while? We have a breaker. We have a breaker. We have a breaker. We have a breaker. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So the 250 macro delivered to the daily open. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. What time is it? Almost 3:21. It's a very large breaker, to be honest. I mean, if you want to use that for your stop loss, I really wanted to go a little bit lower. 17 points, 30 points. It's still, I can still manage within my risk parameters, but it's just such a small trade. It's just almost two, it's not even 2R, so I don't like the trade. If it would dig deeper, I would be interested in taking it. I'm just not interested in taking a trade like this because I only have a target. If it would go higher, I would not, I would like 775-ish. I wouldn't aim for too high, so that's here. So that's a little bit higher than previous day high. It's almost 2R. If it can go a little bit deeper and go into this range, I wouldn't mind taking it. How many points? 60 points. Maybe I can use this order block. Okay, we're going lower. That's nice. Okay, let me see if I can. I think I'm gonna take this trade. I like it. I'm gonna use this. That makes my risk smaller. What time is it? 3:24. See if I can get it. If I can get to the midpoint here. Three 24. I want a little bit lower, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Okay, you're bullish. I can see it's bullish. I like it, but let me open up my account. I want a little bit lower. Maybe you can get all the way to 3 o'clock. Let's see. Okay, I don't need you anymore. You're fine. I know now. 773s will be here. I want a wick in here. I would like it here, preferably just above, just a little bit lower, just a quick one. And my stop goes below orange box here, just 691. And then 773. Just a wick. It's fine. One more. Time 327. Give us one more, a little bit lower. Come on. Okay, I'm getting in. I have to take it. It's not gonna give. Still good enough for me. Hmm. This is it. Let's see if it's let's see, 320. What happens to 330? Okay, 330. Hmm. Seven, seven, four, ba, ba, bum. Is my door open? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yes, Starlink in South Africa. That would be great. I hope the same. Is it even possible for us to break out if ES looks like horrible in the 1 hour? Absolutely no movement in the box. Reaction from fish of OB starting 242. Yeah, ES looks horrible. I agree. And also below 50%. It's sort of a little bit of a risk I'm taking here, but It's a it is not an A plus setup, because we didn't have any displacement away from a accumulation area. We tagged into the daily open and in the end dog, so it could move away. But I'm wondering if this might hold or not. So it's sort of like a B plus, B actually C minus, to be honest. I hate actually trading in accumulation ranges, which is and frankly, also if you look at ES still looks bearish, right? ES wants to dig deeper into this wick, so it makes more sense not to take the trade, to be honest. But, and also, if you look at it's also a little bit sort of decoupled. ES looks more bearish and Q bullish, so it's also like it's sort of like it's almost a gamble, guys. 15-minute looks bearish now, but breaker is still holding though. 336. 5-minute breaker. Activated the breaker. We're retesting the breaker. So a breaker can be retested all the way to the bottom. And it matches exactly the 2 o'clock as well. So that's why my stop loss is exactly below 2 o'clock. Because if it goes lower than 2 o'clock, it invalidates the 2 o'clock 4-hour candle, 1-hour candle. So it could still be bullish for me. And if I'm looking at as order blocks, I can see this as a propulsion block. So yeah, it's very frustrating. I know, guys. It's actually no time to be in a trade, but Sometimes we just have to. Hey Ahmed, how are you doing? I lost my accounts yesterday. I quit trading my execution hours so I don't leave room for my trade. Can't bear more, I think. Oh, yeah, just take a break, Ahmed, and just, you've got to get yourself together again and figure out if you really want to trade. And if you want to keep trading, you need to change something in the process, right? Um, Everybody can relate, but you need to figure out what is it that you're doing that's not working, right? And that is time you need to figure out by journaling, by really taking a really good look in the mirror, like, okay, what do I need to change? Because something needs to change. And it does not change by only having a positive mindset about it. It really needs something really to change. But yeah, it's something you just really need to figure out if you want to continue trading. It's not easy, and that's the whole thing. You have to submit to time, you have to submit to studying, you have to submit to it's if you want to become a profitable trader, you have to, it's a PhD in finance, so it takes time, and you have to be willing to submit to that. But yeah, it's always tough. You see, ES looks bearish, right? It wants to go lower into this wick, most likely to this end dog. But let's see if it wants to break. It wants to break this area. Yeah, I think the only trade was to the upside here. That was the cleanest one, even though it wasn't that clean, but it was still clean enough, I would say. But we were still in a higher time frame consolidation area. We're in this range here, going back and forth. And it's also not moving. It's just not, even though it's not even moving into this wick. But I do think ES wants to go lower. But then again, look, it's still holding this area for now. It's horrible. It is horrible. Yeah. Trading is the hardest way to make easy money. Well said. That's well said. Yeah, and I don't think it's actually easy. It looks like easy money, maybe. And it might feel that way sometimes, but you have to be really rule based and have really, I think prop firms are not that bad because the only way to get your own, because people say, yeah, just get your own account. Then you don't have any rules. But if you don't have any rules, you're going to lose that account, and that hurts even more than losing a prop firm evaluation subscription account, right? So that's why I always say, if you have a prop firm, if you're able to make profits, that's where you fund your own personal account from, because then you have proven yourself that you can stick to rules. And I think actually rule-based driven is very important. So actually it's not that bad having a prop firm account, right? To really abide by the rules. You have to play by their games, but then again, the financial market is also structured and it's not designed for us retailers to make money, so you have to abide to their rules. You see that the breaker is holding still. I got stopped out already. You see, it just goes below the 2 o'clock, but there's still no body closure below that 2 o'clock price, so. Oh, yeah. You said you were not going to trade. We all can all relate to that. You think you see an opportunity, but your mindset is not there, and you really want to fix something that you did. Everybody has a. I mean, we all know how it feels, but yeah, that's why it's so important to have rules. Have a maximum amount session loss, have a maximum amount daily loss, but also have a model and have a lot of if-then statements. Only trade if-then statements. I actually already didn't follow my rules today. I was distracted. There was loud music next to me. I got phone calls. I think life gets in the way sometimes. So I paper trade. But also with paper trades, I try to stick to my rules and I journal my paper trades as well. And you can see how things, you have to be focused. Life gets in the way sometimes. I got stopped out. Why? Because the moment I put my stop there, I was like, okay, it cannot violate 2 o'clock, but then again, it could easily wick below it because also we've got a devil's mark here. And I was already thinking, your stop loss is not large enough if it manipulates, because it was already going lower than 50%, right? But a lot of the times when you're in an area like this, it could use this whole breaker, the whole area, like for a long time and still shoot back up, which I still think is going to happen. But if it happens, you really have to bring your stop loss lower than that, because you see I've got wicked out, and even though it might still work to the upside, right? So stopped out because my stop loss, and I was already seeing it like, oh, okay, that order block, but then it most likely is using this or another order block because we have a nice gap here. So I could still see us go higher, but it just needs more time and more manipulation. And I got stopped out because my stop was too tight. I was too playing, well, it's sort of a form of greed, I guess. See, I did it exactly below the here, but it should be a little bit more here. I didn't want to go over my 30 points. But I'm hearing that rooster. The old man is going nuts from that rooster. We need to make chicken soup of that rooster very quickly. That rooster has to become chicken soup. Oh, I hear it. Oh, I hate roosters. I hate them so much. I love animals except roosters. And little yapping dogs. So 38% all-time high, 38 now. Let's do a new poll. The new for the next macro. Bullish or bearish? Next macro bullish? Yes or no? So should I re-enter for a long or not? Or should I just watch it? So that means I am actually, my trade is above the previous day high. So that means all-time highs. Yeah. Um, I think this breaker is going to hold. Damn. I'm almost inclined to even go on into my. Naveen, you think it will break first London low and trend lower before going all-time high again? Could be. Could be. Ahmed, I'm up 13K on my paper trading with 1-2 micros in 8 days. Yeah. I think I want to take another I still believe in the upside though, but I have too many losses on paper already as well. So I just don't feel comfortable trading it because I just want to, if I have a couple of losses, that means I'm not reading them. I'm just off either because I'm distracted or whatever. But I still think we're going higher now in this macro, to be honest. I think the breaker is holding. Okay, we took out the high. To open, what time is it? 51. Decoupling. If we do, so if we do take out this high, that means we have a 15-minute inversion as well. Yeah, see, I really, I like the long really, really, really bad. Um, so if we do take out, we go here, we are really, we inverted a 15-minute inversion. That's very bullish. We could have a retest of that area. Yeah, I'm so bullish, guys. Should I take it? I like it. I mean, we're in a macro. I like to trade. Another one, breaker retest. It's gonna go here. I've got too many losses on paper already. I got stopped out on the trade because my stop loss wasn't good enough, but it's gonna go there. It's a good trade. I'll just journal it if it goes. See, it wasn't a 2R trade, but I could have entered here. 3 o'clock. Well, let's see if it goes. I mean, yeah, I'm for now, I'm just ready. I've stopped out on the trade. My stop loss was too low, which is a shame. We have created equal lows here at 2 o'clock, so we're definitely going to revisit. I mean, we are going lower at some point, but well, I'm bullish for this macro. Um, I think this trade is going to work out. It's a sell. Yeah, you can sell. I don't see any bearishness at the moment, so I would not want to sell right now. But if you see the trade setup, you take it, right? Let me see what the pool. Yes, majority says no. Uh, 355. You see how slow, even in a macro, how slow it even moves in a macro, right? It's already telling you that it's just not really doing much. No, I'm not on Telegram. I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of social media. I just stick to the YouTube channel and the Discord. That is a spring off just to stay in touch. But I just don't. I'm sort of like I want to stay in the shadows. I'm growing obviously, but very organically and very the right people that fit in and. But yeah, I don't feel like I want to spend time having to post things on social media. Just besides communicating with the community and just through here. So no Telegram, nothing else. Just this. That's it. How can we contact you? Oh, you want to contact me? Well, you can contact me through the Discord. Um, yeah, the Discord should be in the description. But don't spam me with any bullshit. I was joking. I always get nervous when someone said I need to contact you. When you can't say it here. Oh, what are you gonna say? Coconello, yeah, send me a message. I don't actively promote any mentorship, but I have a few students per year that I take. Very limited, very limited, but yeah. Um, check the description. Let me put the. Did I not put the Discord in the? This should be the right link. Let me pin it. I always put the link in, but I forgot today. Yeah. Let me know if it works. If not, I'm gonna have to make a new one. For some reason, it doesn't work for a long time. I have to always make a new one. So you see, guys, how we went through. If you look at all these times, we don't go below 2 o'clock. We have a bullish displacement 3 o'clock. Again, bullish displacement through midnight. We are above the breaker. Now it retested the breaker very deeply, so that means that's highly manipulated, a shitty price action, but it's still respecting that breaker that I marked, right? But it retested the breaker all the way almost to the downside, but not there was no body below it. So that already indicates. You see that it's almost 4 o'clock, and I think 4 o'clock will rip up, or 4:10:4. So I still think I believe the trade is still valid to the upside, but you saw how I got stopped out because my stop loss was too. How can I say? By the school books, you put it just exactly there. But in days like this, you really need to have more level. You have to widen the stop a little bit because of the wicking. And if you see areas like this, you already know there's more wicking. So that means even though the PDRA is still holding, it wicks more. And I got just stopped out by this bloody wick here. It's okay. I should have known. I was thinking it and I did not do it because I was too greedy with my stop loss. Even on paper, I have exactly the same mindset on paper as I have on my trades, which is good because I journal it and then I know, okay, next time either don't take the trade if you don't like the stop loss, you stay out. Then you have to wait until it comes lower and then maybe I enter here and then I put my stop loss maybe all the way here, which is still valid. So but sometimes I just don't want to go over 30 points. It's sort of like I go to 40 points max, but then I get uneasy a little bit. It doesn't matter my model, it doesn't matter what I trade, it's always the same. And I just didn't want to go over 30, and you see what happened. I would have still been in the trade if I would have done it. But I might be still stopped out. You see how nasty it is? But it's another retest. A new breaker. I'm happy that I'm not in the trade, by the way. Even though if it would go up, I don't want to be in this price action. It's not, this is just, if you're really in a trade, it's draining. It's just like, you can be wicked out anytime. It's NFP week, remember? NFP week can be, I know traders, a lot of traders that don't even trade the whole NFP week. They don't even touch their whole. They just wait until the next week comes by. Who of in my community watches tennis? Who is interested in Grand Slam tournaments? I asked that last time as well, but I'm not really sure if I stayed long enough for the reaction. Do we have anything today? Oh, today's only women's singles, 11 o'clock. Sabalenka Schneider. So many new names are in the tennis scene now. It's crazy. Any men's singles today? Oh yes, okay, we've got Berrettini, Arnaldi, Auger Aliassime, Koboli. I love watching Grand Slam tournaments. No one likes tennis, or no one watches it. Oh, this price action is horrible. 4 o'clock. Look what they did. two devil's marks on the top. It's only 1 minute only, but on the 5 minute we'll have the same, yes. After the stream, I have to call that old man back. Let me see, I've got his number. Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Okay, come on now, go, go, go. Is anyone in the long or in the short? Okay, most of you guys don't think it's gonna be, oh, now it's 47% yes, 50% no. So majority still thinks it's not a long. Okay. I still think it's a long. I'm actually gonna, I even think it's gonna go here. I'm actually even inclined to take it after 10 past 4. You know, a lot of the times when the macro doesn't work, it starts running after 10 past 4. $74, yeah. I'm gonna make it higher. There we go. Nasty wiki price action, but it's still holding. The breaker's still holding. It was just a very, very deep retest of the breaker, but also it formed order blocks, which kept on retesting order block here. So yeah, I'm still bullish. I'm still believing in the upside. So I believe we might make an all-time high, or we are going to not do it and reject in this one here. Also possible here. So my TP is here. So if I would have traded it, I probably have one, I would take most of my position off here and let one runner up to here. And if not, I would take it off here. If it goes back into the range, I would take it off here. That would be my trade. So here I would take let's say I have 5 or 6 micros. I would take a 4 here and let 2 runners. If it starts rejecting straight away, I will take one off at the daily open. If it goes higher here, I'll take one off here, one here, and if it goes back, I'll take it here. That would have been I would have traded that on the account. And what I would do differently as well, position myself. I got stopped out here. I would have gotten back in here and then use this, which will also give me a better risk to reward as well. Because there was still no body closure. We never have a body closure below 2 o'clock, which is the 4-hour candle. So even though the 1 hour looks messy, if you look at the 4 hour, it's still bullish. You see? But the question is, does it want to expand over this level here? That's the question. ES doesn't look as strong, right? ES looks very weak. So yeah, not the best price action, but it looks like we have a market maker model here. Hey, Lucky Mon. Thank you. Yeah, Priya, it's NFP week, correct. Always the first week of the month is NFP week. And price action can get very iffy and very nasty at some point. At some point, you will see what happens is the NFP week consolidates to create the highs and the lows that it will attack later on. So it will create ranges. It's range bound most of the time. So that's why we always say after Wednesday AM session, PM session, you tend to not want to be in it anymore. Look at the one. I have many ways to look at premium discount. Not always the basic way that's being taught. For me, there's more ways to look at premium discount. Um, One could also argue that we already went to discount here and we're on our way up. We went to internal liquidity, we're going to external liquidity. Okay, let's see, guys. 10 past 4. Stay Tox Q. Stay Tox Q. I hope I am pronouncing it right. Welcome to the family. I never trade Thursday NFP week anymore. That's my worst day ever. So okay, let's go. Let's run. Run, baby, run. Let's see if we can get to 773. Or are we going to reject here, and reach to this level later on? See, the breaker is still holding. And Priya, you know what we are looking for, right? What we went over this morning. Propulsion block. Hell yeah. Okay, let's see, guys. I'm curious to see if we can make it over this rejection block and go all the way up here. Rob, I have no idea what you're talking about. I look at different things than you are, maybe. So I don't trade. I have my stats. I have 3 years of data. NFP week Thursdays is my worst week, so I don't like that day. So it's my own data. It tells me that I shouldn't trade that day. So you don't have to tell me anything. I've got my data. That's more important than whatever. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you or me. You should have your own data. If you do well on Thursday NFP week, that's perfect. Then you might have different models than I have. But for me, I don't do well on NFP week Thursday. So I tend not to trade that day anymore. So, and weren't you the one that said it was a short? Okay, see, let's see, guys. It wants to go to my level 773-ish. Or are we done here and rejecting for the time being? All-time highs near, guys. All-time highs near. Thank you. I'm a Tox Q. Oh, are you? Oh, you have two names, Coco and Nello. Now you're confusing me. You are in my stream with two names. Let me check. Did you? What's your name on the is Discord? Okay, let's see. Are we rejecting here? Yes, so far. So this was what I was saying. I'm not sure if it wants to take out the high now or it wants to reject here. I do think this level is in play today here. But the question is when. Look, the breaker is still holding. I mean, we are bullish of a propulsion block and the breaker did hold. It just retested it all the way, and that happens in this kind of bloody horrible price action. So it's back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I think it's gonna go. Let's see if we can reach my target. Okay, we went through the daily open. I think it's still, I think we still, I'm still positive. I'm still positive. Coconero, did you send me a message on Discord? By the way, I will stream tomorrow, but on I don't tend to trade my any accounts on Thursday, NFP week technically, but I do paper trade though. um, okay, I got you. No, I thought just want to make sure. I don't know if you have a different name on Discord. You have to let me know if it's a different name. Okie dokie. Well, so like we're rejecting here. Now the question is, does it want to reject here, or are we going to go hang around again for a long time before making another high? Mm, pum 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 pum. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So I'm wondering when we get the first nice, really, really large short, like 500-600 points, maybe even 1,000 points. I wonder if it's going to happen in Asia when I'm sleeping. What do you guys think? I mean, we are, like I said before, like how many highs are we going to make, like before the high is in? I don't think it's not going to be many anymore. I think we're sort of like, we're close to the we're close to that moment, and I'm just wondering if it's this week or maybe next week. But yeah, I don't want to call tops or bottoms, but we're over four standard deviation. We never had a pullback at 2.5 standard deviation. Are we going to go to 6? I mean, that's like really, really quite a big move up still to go. But yeah, maybe it just gives us a small correction and then continues. It's all possible, but when are we going to have that low resistance liquidity run to the downside? Like, I'm sure that it just keeps going, going, going. It's been a while. It's been a while. I know, Raj. Don't worry, don't worry. I was just. You don't have to do anything for. I was just wondering. I was just double checking if it was you that sent me a message. So when you have a rejection block here, it's normal that you get a rejection, right? It rejects. But what you don't want to see again is that it doesn't invalidate the setup. So like I said, I would have taken most of my position off here anyway. And here, it's actually not worth it to keep watching this, right? It's just so boring. ES doesn't want to move lower into this end dog here. It's just held in that range. Um, it's annoying. Yeah. Pum, 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 pum. Come on now. Go, 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 go. 426. Your laugh sounds so funny. Was I laughing? um, well, I guess laughing should be funny. I'm getting a little bit impatient with this price action, in all fairness, I must say. I'm happy that I'm not in a trade because I just don't like it, but I like it when I have to journal it and my analysis is the breaker, and just going over the. I like tape reading, and it's such a we have the term by Lance. Hey, Lance, I haven't seen Lance today. Um, he introduced the term the YOMO, the joy of missing out, right? Just not me being in a trade and feeling actually happy about not being in the trade, but just because the price action, you don't use your mental capital, you don't use your capital, you just watch to learn, and next time you, even though you know it's shitty, I know that my analysis was correct and I feel more comfortable taking the trade. And then my stop loss has to be a little bit wider because you have to take into account the wickiness. So there's more manipulation and like as someone said, oh, it invalidated the order block, right? And yes, it does. It looks like it invalidates, but it never invalidated the breaker here, right? It's still dug into this order block here. And technically, this whole order block dug into this order block here. So technically, it maybe invalidated this one, but there was still an order block here. But for me, I was looking at the breaker, but my mistake was putting it just exactly because I was aiming for that 30 points, not having my stop loss larger than 30 points. And I was thinking, it's wiki, no, I'm not doing it. There you go. So, but everything else was still correct. But yeah, so execution and analysis are two different things. You can have a good analysis, but if you execute like these little things, it's like, okay, you're wrong because either your stop loss is too tight or you trail it too fast. Then you still don't have a winning trade, right? So, but yeah. I already explained the social media thing. I just want to see if I can get to my level here. So I just what? So we rejected in here. That's positive that it wants to go up, but I want to see now if it wants to go for the high and go to my level. 773. Um, no, I think it's time to. I think it will run here. I don't think it's spoofing. I think it's algorithmic, ready to take this high in this session here. We've got equal highs here. Yeah, I will move it a little bit lower, 2 points. But I really think this will be a high that can be taken. Yeah, I'm quite confident in the trade still. I'm not in it, but still confident it's gonna take it. Maybe next macro 450. Mary Lance, how are you doing? Good evening from South Jersey. Yes, I was just mentioning you. Um, Coconello, you really want to get. There's always a way to contact me. Gonna make me a tea. Oh, I like a tea as well. What kind of tea do you drink, Mr. Chaos? Are you a green tea drinker, or what is your favorite tea? Um, Welcome to the family, Philip. Coconello, yeah, you can reach me. Law mentioning mu degen antics. Huh? I don't understand. Um, um, Coconut. So it's a problem for you to get the Discord. Do I understand that correctly, Coconello? It's the easiest way, the Discord, because it's easy to have contact. Um, yeah, well, like I said, the Discord is the easiest way. You said you mentioned me. No, no, no. I mentioned you because you introduced the term JOMO. We were talking about the joy of missing out. Because I got stopped out on a trade, and I'm still enjoying being in the trade, watching the trade without being in the trade. So I think that is part of the JOMO effect, I guess. So just sort of like only analyzing, and already, when I have like one or two paper trade losses, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to even touch it on my account anymore, and just still do the analysis. But I consider that JOMO. And hey, that term, you are the one who introduced it. Oh, oh, you hear that, guys? That's an avo falling on the roof. Those things are so huge; they literally break glass and stuff. Um, See, I guess the trade was up to here. See, this is sometimes the issue with me. I think it's a form of greed. Like we rejected here. How much what will this trade would have been? 51 points, still 3.6 R. Okay, I mentioned okay, it could reject here, but I like this level. Mark this level. This level is definitely going to be reached today. I think 773. They might do it if they do reject here. I mean, it could be that they might revisit it later on. But let's see in the 415 macro. Jomo is positive. I love that it might be helpful. Hey, listen, I love the term, and it's actually very positive. Yes, it's in contrast to what you actually told, but it's an awesome. I really like it. I think it resonates with a lot of people. When we were talking about it, everybody liked it. That stream. Um, Coconello, let me try again. I don't know. Okay, so what's the problem, Coconello? Is it the download, or what's the problem with the Discord? Let me know. We can help you. Maybe is it like a download issue, or is it an issue to start to get in? Um, what is the exact issue? Wow, they're really using the daily open as a... Oh. uh, download and login error. Download and login error. Okay, well, just go to the description of the video and you'll find more ways under about to get in touch. Login issue not verified. Okay, well, no, but that's true. You need to tick a box. If you go into login, you need to tick a box. People want to contribute. I love your community. Was actually shocked to your size on your Discord, relatively large following. To think you're not monetizing those, not ideal. You really deserve income. Hey Lance, listen. Okay, I can share something with you. Actually, I might. I have an offer. But I've been very, very picky because I don't want to affiliate with just anyone or. But remember the story that I told you that I only started the YouTube channel because of a prop firm that I used to work for, but because they just started with futures and they only had at that time Project X, and I wasn't comfortable using it. I didn't have my. They were the ones who pushed me. They said, "Listen, go solo, do your own thing. This is not we don't have anything that can work for you at the moment. So without them, I would not have this YouTube channel." So we parted because they were still building up and they only had Project X, which I hate. And I started the YouTube channel and they contacted me last week and they said, "Hey, we are noticing something. Are you open up for some collaboration?" And I said, "Well, actually, I don't do any collaboration, but I wouldn't be here without you guys. So let me think about it." So I'm in the process of something, but um, there is trust. I know that what they do is solid, and so there might be something, but only because I have a good relationship and a trust built on trust, and also their whole payout system is monitored by Deloitte. It's very professional, and there might be something coming away. I don't have any issues with Trade of Eight. I don't have any issues, to be honest. I have issues with TradingView. Weird. I had a huge weekly yesterday that no one had on Ninja Trader and on Tradeovate. And I checked. I also didn't see it on Tradeovate, but I don't have any issues on Tradeovate. Anyone else has issues? Yeah, so we have a relationship already, and they were very impressed. And look, I'm a very small channel, so you don't get brand deals offered or collaborations as such a small channel. So already the idea that they even consider me is very. I'm very humbled and honored by it. But we're still in the process. But I just I'm not close to it. But I just don't want to attach my name to anyone. I kept my channel clean for a reason, and only for maybe one that I know that is trustworthy, that I know that doesn't fool people around, and I know I can really really be I'm not ashamed to promote it or to use it, because that's the thing. I will use it. I have to use it myself. So I demand a certain kind of quality, and it has to fit I'm very rule based. Obviously, prop firms are rule based, so they have to fit me. I don't think I am more rule based than a prop firm, but I need a prop firm that is rule based, so that suits me. It might not suit you, Lance. You need to get more rule based to even go with prop firms, but yeah. I'm not here for I mean, yes, obviously you want to make money, but the organic growth is the most important thing, and what is the most valuable thing of the channel is the organic growth and the community building. I don't want to think about the the trading makes me money, and yes, it's nice if YouTube is, but I don't want to think. It's not the money that's the most important thing. It's just building something that is valuable, using valuable things, but not trying to milk my community or think. It's not how I want to. It's not my approach. Let me put it that way. But if I do work with a company, it will be because we have similar values. We suit each other, and we have a relationship already. So I know they are very respectful to the people they work with, but also I know their company values. So yeah, so there might be something from next month, guys. Who knows? Yeah, and obviously they want me. I mean, in all honesty, they are a firm and they want me to use their product, and obviously there will be a prop firm code, but it will be just one. And but I sort of almost feel like I wouldn't be here without them. They've been really so good to me, giving me the opportunity to work with them, and then pushing me to go solo. I mean, how many companies really take care of the people and really want them to succeed? I don't think there are many. So I feel very. I would never do it if the product doesn't appeal. But it's a different story, and I really feel I'm so thankful for what the opportunity they gave me in the first place, but then also the step that, and they apparently they were watching me, how I was doing, and they were like, wow. But it wouldn't be without them, so I'm just saying. So yeah, yeah, it's oh, the monkeys are here. um yeah, so Lance, but it's all about organically, and about being, it's about really delivering something. And oh yeah, so the difference now is that they moved, talking about Tradeovate, so the change is that they moved to Tradeovate and Ninja Trader now, and so now it can fit me, and I don't have to change anything. I can work on what I'm doing right now, but the only thing is that I am then working together with them, so that might be a little bit of a change. But hey, but it has to be fully compatible with my values and what I stand for. and especially the payout structure. That's a very important thing, because what I hate about the prop firms is all those stories that people buy them and then they change the rules, people don't get payouts. And that's something that I find very, very important to look into. That's why I am very open that I use Funded Next. I think Funded Next is okay, but I have never worked with them. So I still think it's okay, but I would never advertise them in the sense of affiliate codes, because I don't know how they operate. I don't know how I trust them because I work with them, but I don't milk my accounts for very long, because I'm always like, yeah, I don't build large buffers on prop firms, because I don't know, like, when can they change, or when are they going to fall. But if I work with one, I want to see numbers. I want to see, I go really, it will be, I don't take it lightly. Let me put it that way. So I don't take it lightly. Um, yeah, well, I mean, I hate it. I don't like Project X, and I think a lot of things I was actually funded by Top Step, but they changed the rules for South Africa being, so that was one. But then afterwards, even though I wasn't with them anymore because of that reason, the Project X, when a prop firm builds their own platform, I don't know, it's sort of like a little bit tricky, I think. And also many things happened with Top Step afterwards. A lot of people were complaining. So yeah, they call it now Downstep, right? So they used to be really good, but I haven't worked with them. I can't say anything about it anymore. I don't know if they still use Project X, but no, thank you. Yeah, but no, I'll never go back to. It's not top stuff. But anyway, you need more rules in life. You're 100%. I'm trying to develop more self-control and stoicism in daily life. Not easy. No, it's not easy. Um, but you get used to, if you have the easiest thing is just to create a set of rules, and then then you just have to stick to them. And the moment you don't stick to them, you will get punished, and then at some point you will. But the first thing is to make those rules and to think about the rules. I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people. Like, okay, yeah, if you talk about A plus setup, what is an A plus setup? And then I had another question last time. I asked, if you have an A plus setup, do you have if then statements? And a lot of people, I think it was 50-50, a lot of people didn't have them, or it was a little bit over 50. So a lot of people don't have if then statements. Like, okay, so when do you define an A plus setup? But more important is also the if then statement. So when does your A plus setup is an A plus setup? What if then? When can you enter, and when are you leaving your A plus setup? As you know what, it is not an A plus setup now because it doesn't meet these requirements. So that's how you actually improve your A plus setup, right? But then you have to stick to them. But once you have those set of lists, and at some point you know them by head, it gets easier because it's visual. You have like a list next to you, but you have to make that list. It's I think the most important, the hardest part is making that list. But once you have it, it is not that hard to follow it. And for me, it's a good thing. If I don't follow my rules, I get punished so quickly. So it's always a good. I'm sort of happy with that, because it's sort of like, yeah, if I take a YOLO trade, it's never 50-50 for me. It's always a losing. I mean, maybe it is a once in a while, but most of the time it's when I just think, you know what, okay, I'm just gonna go in and see what happens. It never works in my favor, never. And you would think it would be 50-50. No, not for me. But it's a good thing, I think, because now it I really, like, okay, I have to be very rule based, stick to my rules, and you look, you get rewarded. Yesterday in the AM session, again, over 100-point trade. It was all, everything lined up at some point. Still needed to get my execution in tune. And at some point I got it right, and then it was okay. I could sit back, relax. There was no elevated breathing. It was just okay. Whatever happened happens. It's fine, and everything was just okay. And then I know I'm in tune. But I just know when I'm not. It's very sometimes you just even don't know why you're not, and it just feels off. Sometimes you just don't know. And I've also learned now just to not then engage, because I would like to be able to identify, but sometimes you just don't know yet, because you're still, that's something that you still haven't properly identified yet why. But then also I'm like, okay, I have to work on that one, but even though I feel it, I'm not going to take the risk, because 9 out of 10 times it won't work anyway. Then I've got enough models and rule-based things that I know will make me, that give me a good trade. So, and patience is the hardest thing, guys, also for me. When momentum appears, do you hop on the direction of price? Do you look for reversals? It just depends on what time and what the market is showing me. It just depends on the model. It's different in New York AM session. I look at different things, but then we have data already of London. I use a lot of London data for my New York session. So it depends. But my best, I love the 10. If I don't get a trade in, I try to trade the open or pre-market. If that doesn't work, I have to wait sometimes for 10 o'clock. But 10 o'clock, then I would like the most simplistic way how I trade 10 o'clock is wait for the open, and I try to get in the manipulation wick and ride the distribution. But if it's consolidating, it's hard. Then you won't get that trade, right? And sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer. Alarm. Well, thank you for the compliment. Yeah. Um, I still think we're gonna go here, but it might not be now. It might be later on in pre-market. Let's see if this breaker holds. If not, it might break, go lower first, and then maybe attack that area later today. I do think there's going to be a new all-time high today, in all fairness. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little bit. Because look, this is not a high, guys. This is not a high. You don't want to, they're not going to leave a high like this. Um, but yeah, it's been horrible. It's literally been sort of accumulating. It's sort of accumulating upwards a little bit since Asia, I would say. There is upwards movement, but um, I think I'm going to touch some grass. Not your type of grasslands. Actually means sand. It should be sand. I should say sand because it's going to be just a small beach walk. That's how I really clear my mind. I love it. Just, I just go. It's so quiet as well, and during the week. There's no one there. I'm just literally by myself, and maybe one or two fishermen, or fisherwomen. And it's just so nice to just, you know, have whiteness and or just quietness. What do you guys do for resets? How you reset yourself? What do you do? For me, it's either my rooftop and I have ocean view, or it's I sit on the beach or I walk on the beach. Those are my two favorite things to do. To just some just even though I don't feel like I need to reset, but just and in between. No, you're kind of because I'm going to touch some grass. Yeah. Hey, listen. If someone is smoking weed near me, I get so tired. If I inhale it, it just instantly impacts me. I can't. It's really hard then to. I get really tired then. I really, especially if I have to trade, I can't be around it. Sometimes a lot of Africans here, especially the workers, they have a combination of, but it's quite normal here that they smoke during their break. I think that's the only way if they work at 40 degrees. But oof, oh my God, it's really tough to, if I inhale it, I'm like, oh, I get so, it instantly hits my brain and I get tired. I really feel a tiredness coming over me. Okay. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock, guys. I'm really bored with this price section. We should take a little bit of a break. Before we know it, it's already time for pre-market prep. It's 4:59. We do have news at 8:30, so that's going to be nice. Um, it's Wednesday today, right? What day is it today? Wednesday. Yeah, so 8:30. Well, it's the regular NFP week things. It's always the same. 8:30, and then as an ICT trader, we try not to be in the market after 11 o'clock anymore. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's nice that it's already wicking and it's been consolidating, so we might get a nice move. But yeah, just be prepared that it might not be, the next 2 days might not be very enjoyable. So, that being said, any questions? Coconello, have you figured it out? Are you still here? Have you figured out how to love all kinds of grass? Have a great, hope you crush it. Hope you'd crush it too, Lance. Coconello, I don't know. Have you managed to find another way? Well, I'm sure you will. I mean, just look at my description. There's many other ways as well. For those I will see in pre-market prep, I will see you at 8:50. And for those, it's still Wednesday, so there will be London session today, tomorrow again, obviously. I just want to see. Let me just watch a few more minutes because I'm curious to see what happens until the end of the macro. If this level is, if they can push a little bit and take these bastards out. We're still above the 2 o'clock. We're still above 3 o'clock. We're still above midnight. Let's see if we can make that little push. I just want to see if this level is going to be hit. So because there's news, red fallen news coming, you just don't want to. If they're going to leave it, they might manipulate all the way. They might leave it for the manipulation later on, right? Which is okay. There's a lot of things to the downside. A lot. There is massive. I mean, it makes sense that they leave it, right? Because, like, say, if they would go there now and they would start going lower again, I mean, it would be an awesome manipulation move to the upside and then going lower. Or, um, I find it funny that they did not do anything in this area during. So we're literally just in this range. We technically we were the whole session range bound. Um, but a lot of wicks everywhere. So on the higher time frame, it's not easy to trade. Okay. You're past another eval. Okay, well, I've been stacking, so I'll be confident enough. Oh, did you take the long? Did you manage to take this move to the upside? Hey, Lens, you just need a few rules and just stick by them, and then and it gets easier over time. The more you see the reward and how much it helps grow your P&L by trading less, literally. Yeah, it's just amazing. And like I said, journaling. Spend more time on journaling than on trading, then you'll see that it will really help you a lot. Yes, I'm in South Africa. Oh, you're number two now. Yes. Yes, I see. Who's number one, by the way? Who was number one? Mr. Chaos, you were number two first. Mr. Chaos was number two first. Who was number one? I only see number two. That's weird. It doesn't show number one. Oh, number three. I had to change my. Oh, Mr. Chaos Factor, you're number one now. And Coconello number three. I gotcha. No, I just had to flip day to lock five, the fifth for T. I only have a mindful of rules to keep me from trading. Great when they work. Okay, well, you'll figure it out. USA, I do trade New York, but that's only in the pre-market prep. So I wasn't actually planning to trade New York, but I only have pre-market prep. That is, yeah, just a small, just, I try to, we try to focus only on trades, preferably in pre-market, but if that doesn't happen in the open, and if that doesn't work out, then it will be around 10 o'clock. But I try to just have one big trade and get in, get out, and be done. I used to trade New York PM session as well, but lately, every time when I plan it, I fall asleep or something because obviously it's night here and I make quite long days. But I really like the New York PM session. I haven't done public YouTube's in New York AM session for a long time now, and it's sort of like I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, but I'm thinking of doing something in lunch PM session again. But I've got some things cooking, so need to organize everything and make sure that I've got a very small mentorship that takes quite some time as well, which I really enjoy doing. It's really it's one-on-one, so I have to really be there for my students. So that's my main. Besides this, that is my main focus, and so. But yeah, maybe a couple of times per week, I might do a New York session, PM session. So, oh, you're in Zimbabwe. Oh, nice. We're very close. Yeah. So yeah, I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in South Africa now. Yeah, temporary. But I might move in a few years. Who knows? I don't know where I'm next year. So, always a surprise. Um, but yeah, London session is a sure thing, and the pre-market is a sure thing. So, but that's under pre-market prep. London is too slow and it's hard to trade. Um, uh, London is too slow and it's hard. London can be really nice, but I've been struggling a little bit in London. I don't manage to get those trades that I have in the New York session lately, but it hasn't always been like that. I used to do really well in London. Not really like the 100, 120, 180 point trades, but I used to be able to get 80 points, 60 points, and stuff like that. But lately, since the market, I guess since a couple of months, I have not really done very well. But then now it's more in the New York session, but it doesn't mean London cannot provide, because London does provide. But for me, if for some reason I'm really waiting for the distribute, I'm thinking maybe it might do the run now. I really need distribution, and if it's too much consolidatory, I struggle a little bit with my setup. So, but I'm still I'm journaling everything, so I might get better. But then it probably changes back. But I don't limit yourself too much. Like, oh, it's not working now. Look, I'm very happy with my analysis, and so if my analysis was correct here, I had a stop out, so that I just have to journal. My stop was too tight, but my analysis is still spot on. It just takes more time, and I'm really curious when it will hit this level. I really think it might do it. Like, I've been like very confident about it, but sometimes you have to submit to time, and it's nice not to be in the trade, because when you're in the trade, you don't want. I get very impatient. So not being in the trade and having this analysis, and then journal it totally objective afterwards, gives you a lot of perspective, and it teaches you a lot. Like, okay, what if I only have the trade till the daily open? How much points is it still 2 hour trade? Okay, what if I leave a runner? What should I consider? How much time can it take on a day like this, NFP week, blah blah blah? Is it wise? Because for me, being in a trade for only 20 points for 45 minutes and waiting, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But if it's still a very significant size, and my analysis and my calculations are correct, I'm like, okay, it might be worthwhile to leave a runner, and then, so that's what those things, I journal those. So do you ever visit Zimbabwe? No, I haven't been, but I've got a lot of things on my bucket list in the area still. Yes, Zimbabwe is still on my bucket list. I mean, I love Africa, but I also love Asia and South America. But yeah, no, Zimbabwe definitely on my list. Hey, Trader Access. Yeah, see you later, Jose. Do you mentor non-ICT traders? Well, Lance, I always advise non-ICT just to go through the basics. It's most important to have some basics, core content, to know what I'm talking about when I talk about a breaker, when I talk about a rejection, just the basics. But the more you know, the better it is, because I don't teach what's out there. I actually go much deeper. I mentor it on a little bit on a higher level, connect the dots a little bit differently, because what's out there is out there for free. I don't want to waste anyone's time and money. But yeah, so my approach is a little bit different than what is out there. It's not the same. I don't want to teach what's already out. It's free. It's for free. It's more like what I've been. How do I see the market? I go deeper into time and just connect the dots a little bit differently. Like, ICT just literally takes, it's the foundation, but it's just foundation. It goes much deeper, but you have to journal, you have to study, and then you start seeing those things. And that is where I think the success starts, when you dive a little bit deeper into what is out there. So. Now let's see. I want to see my level hit. Well, copy trading, if you listen, I think everyone should start first focusing on one account, make one account profitable, and prove to yourself, because the more you add, you do add risk, even though let's say it's only 1 micro and you have 30, it's 30 points. Let's say that's $60 risk. The moment, if you're not confident with that and you put on a second account, it's already 120-point risk. Even though it's split, it's still 2 accounts. I think you need to grow into that. I think if after a couple of payouts you can scale into another second account, and then scale. I think you need to grow into it. I think it's never good. That's why I don't like all those influencers that they show. Oh, look at me in 20 Apex accounts. Yeah. Make sure you use their code when you have lost all their 20 accounts, so you buy 20 new ones. And they're showing how easy it is to do it. I think it's a wrong approach. I think it's a little bit unethical, because a lot of people don't manage. It's something you need to grow into, because it's more risk, and it's a different, it does something to your approach in your brain as well. You need to grow into it. So I think, yeah, if you are a trader, I think you are already You know what you're doing, so but I wouldn't. I don't think I would ever copy more than 4 accounts. I think that would even be. Why would I mean? I don't see the point. Also, to be honest, I mean, yeah, it's more money, but I think I might start with it a little bit, but I don't feel the need to have 20 accounts. And I'm like, yeah, do I have that with live account? No, I have a couple, but I trade them separately. And yeah, can I copy them? I could do it, but I just don't. There's something I don't know. Right now, I don't have any plans, Coconello. Okay, 5:14. I'm done. I think it's time to. Did we make a new high? Did we go a little bit? What did we do just now? Let me see on the 15. I need to feed my cats their tuna. Ooh, they might leave this. This is too equal. But you see how also, again, why you don't want to trade. You see how bearish NQ state or ES state. It already tells you that price action is not going to be very nice, right? Yeah. Let's see if it wants to. I'm really curious to see if my level is going to be hit before that news driver. Oh, my tummy is giving me signals that I'm hungry. Hello? Okay, let's see if we can make the push. Hi, my love. Last 3 months, my trading has been off. Past four. Okay, well, so you're coming back. Yeah. Um, I also had a couple of people saying the same thing, but also I had like yesterday and the day before, I was a little bit off. I had 11 winning days and I was like really, I felt so insecure. I just didn't see anything and I was like, oh my God. And um, let me see my level. I want to see if my calculations are correct. Um, I've actually been doing really, really well this month, but um, I'm sort of like I never had 11 winning days, massive like 100. Like I had days like 3 trades over 3 different accounts, 100 here, 150 points here. They just kept on raining, and I was like, I had 11 massive, massive, massive days. So yesterday I was like, or the day before I was like, I think it has to stop that winning streak, and I think but I also didn't read the market correctly. And sometimes you just have to take a break. I know a very good trader who had to take a break for a couple of months. He just didn't see it anymore. He just had to take a break and he just did not see it. And he was one of the best traders ever. And sometimes there's a new cycle and your brain doesn't connect and you still have to sort of like get back into the drawing board and it happens, right? It happens to everyone. You can't be successful all the time as a trader. Sometimes the market just doesn't suit your style. Okay, what did we do now? Okay, we took another high here, but we didn't take this high. So we took this high here, but we didn't take this high yet. God, it's a torture. I look forward to having the consistent confidence to copy trade. Still too much risk for me. Yeah, just focus on one. Focus on one and one micro. I mean, you can make so much money on one account. It's really, and if you have a couple of accounts, you just trade them separately. I mean, it's like, and then maybe, slowly copy one if you want to. But I tend to forget always about the copying. And I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should do it. But then, okay, yeah. I might start doing it, but then maybe just one account only. So a second account. Um, yeah, I can't do it when I go into with a new. If I go with a partnership, it will be just one account only, and maybe one eval. Let's see. Well, I'll give it some thought. But I just want to more emphasize on for small traders and new traders. So I would rather teach people that it's okay not to copy trade and not. I don't want to be like the other influencers who are showing off, oh, look at me on my 10 accounts and look at me how easy it is, because they might have been in the game a long time, or they're just not honest about it. I believe that some are really good traders, so I don't want to say that they're not good traders, but if you're a new trader, it's sort of like you are giving them the idea that it's so easy to make a lot of money, and it's not easy. And if you are still not profitable yet, you lose more money than just trading with one account. Instead of one account, you lose five accounts at one time, and I just don't think it's right to do so. I mean, so I would rather focus on one, and then people see that it's also profitable just trading one, and also micros, and just be rule based and be more conservative. um if I'm green, well, May, we just started June, but May was extremely green, yes, extremely. I had 11 massive, massive green days. So that's why I don't know. I was like, maybe my mindset was a little bit, okay, the winning streak has to stop. But yesterday, again, in pre market prep, we had a over 100-point trade again. So it was just one day, small losses in between. So yeah, May was an awesome month for me. And mainly New York session. Mainly my main trades are in New York session. Yeah, my best trades. You should make a website for yourself with all your info and social links. No, I mean I've got my Discord and my YouTube channel. It's enough. Why do you guys want more? It's enough, guys. This is enough. This is it. It's very small, and I don't want this drama. There's only drama on all those on X and when I read some of those influencers, they make me they're just so annoying. I'm like, oh my god, really? Um, yeah, lens. Yeah, that is not. Well, you have to switch it around. It's more like how much risk did you actually not take? Oh, there we go. Boom. Yay! My level hit. Exactly. Boom. Now I think it's going to reverse. What time is it? 5:22. 571. Let's see if it wants to go a little bit. One more leg higher. Okay, my level is actually a little bit high. Let's see if it wants to hit that high. 522. that was a long trade. If I would have been in it, it was a long trade because it was somewhere here at 3. It's a 2.5 hour trade. Oh, I hate those. It's still 73 points if it hits this level. I want to see if it goes there. But yeah, the it was all originating from this breaker, and it held all the time, and it was just kept being bullish, but just time distortion, a lot of time distortion. Um, Coconello, that's the Discord, my friend. That's the Discord. On Discord, we talk to each other. So you need to get on that Discord. As fans, we need a community. Yes, so we have a Discord where you guys can talk to each other, and we have a very active Discord. So I'm on the website. Other information about you, your story, and your YouTube Discord link. Many trading streamers are getting those. Yes, I get. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yes, maybe we'll see. Hitman, that's a good. I think maybe that is. I'm still building my trading identity, and also like okay, I'm sort of like want to be a little bit under the radar. If that, I'm not out here to. Like I said, I'm still just a day trader that has a YouTube channel. I'm not like an influencer who really wants to build looking for clicks, likes, and grow very fast. Of course, I want to grow, but it's not like I'm not interested in what you see happening. Like, oh, I really need to grow a big following because of that will make me more money. I really like the organical growth. So for me, it's growing already. I mean, let me see. And it's good. The way it's going is for me already such a nice. I'm really happy how it's going. It's growing, but only 7 away from 2100. Well, if there's 7 people here that haven't subscribed, you would make me happy. I only like it when we're around the 100 numbers. If you're not subscribed, help us get to 2100 because we're only 7 people away from 2100. It's 2093 right now. I like those numbers only when it's like close to that. So, I mean, last week, I mean, it was 2000, now it's already 2100. It's just growing organically, and the most important thing is growing with nice people, and that is awesome. So, but yeah, that being said, um, do you do giveaways? Well, I actually don't like the giveaways because that I don't want the give. I don't want to sound harsh, but I don't want to become a channel where people just come in for the giveaways. But who knows, with the new setup, I might do something, but I'm just not too fond about it. I'm just being honest, but if the company demands it from me, I don't think they are the kind of company as well, but I might, but I'm just not too crazy about it because I just don't want to have the giveaway. Because most people that get a giveaway, they blow it very quickly. They don't take it because it's free, right? So we'll see, but I don't. I prefer to stay away from it. But if I do have a collaboration in it, I might have to make a little bit of a concession here and there. But it still would be. I would be very very. It will be very minimal. I guess it will be very. What about funds? What do you mean? Okay, I want to see 70, 75 hit. Come on. Just give me one more push. You know what? Why this level is so important to me? That means if this range is being met, it tells me that a specific range has been met, and it gives me a lot of information for my future trades. So that's why I want to see it met, and I want to see if it's correct. If it can go over this level, it tells me that I think this is a range that we're creating, and then a funds account. Yeah, no, definitely. If I do a collaboration, I will trade their accounts, and I will nothing will change for me in the sense that I only will I will be using their products and trade their accounts and their products. That's just the thing that's going to change. Yeah. But I'm not going to fund anyone's account. If that's what you're asking. But yeah. Okay, let's see. I like my, let me see, it might be a little bit higher. I like to see 70-75 being met. Let me put it here. I'll put it 70-74. Now, so what I would journal is that the setup here held, but then it took a lot of time because that's something, the more you see it, if I journal it, then I might have left a runner then here. And then I recognize what happens here, then I'm still confident in the setup, right? But then it's such a long time to stay in the trade though. But if you trust the levels, if you're able to, how many points is it in total? 75. Yeah, it's just not. Let's see. I want to see a rejection of 70-75-ish. Maybe it goes, I want to see a range being formed and a range being done. Oh, you took a Marvel. Oh, you were in stocks. Yeah. Well, I mean, you are more of a long-term investor, right? Well done. It went nuts yesterday. What was the reason? Is it like a release of a movie or something? Why did you, well, here you go. You said you were not lucky, right? Before you had a lot of, but hey, investing is just knowing where to, if you can find good stocks, it's a good way to also make money. Um, yeah, Coconella, if you just want to reach out for me funding your account, it ain't gonna happen, my friend. Thank you for subscribing, MC. I want to see 70-75 hit. Come on, give us one more push. I'm actually really curious if this happens, like what they're going to do with the news. It might be in the next macro. It's just going to be, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to watch this. For me, it's just, well, you guys know what happened, right? Stopped out here. Stop was too tight. Well, it wasn't really too tight, but it was a little bit wicky. But why was the trade still valid? We never had a body closure below 2 o'clock anymore after this manipulation, right? So you open up, you have a so technically your entry should have been in this area, and then you write the distribution. That's how you trade the distribution of a, but obviously sometimes you just don't see it, so then you have to wait for a new entry, maybe at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But here we're after 3 o'clock, and it's telling you that it doesn't want to go lower than the 2 o'clock anymore. So this area should have been a re-entry, and then just write it up. But am I willing to stay in a trade for this amount of hours? I don't like it too much because I prefer one macro, boom, and it goes, But then again, sometimes you just want to be able to see it and still be okay. I still have to test my patience and do get into these trades. Because if you can read it properly and your analysis is correct, and I've been very upfront with my levels, so if my level's been hit, then I have to start taking them a little bit. But then again, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna call the old man back and help him to track down the rooster that is hunting him and literally his last few days on Earth. He says, I just want to live my last few days in peace. And I said, I get it. I'll help you. So I've got to make, I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat, but I will happily eat chicken soup with that man from that rooster. I hate that rooster too. I mean, listen, guys, I wake up 4 a.m. already. Like, I don't sleep a lot, but I usually wake up at 4 a.m. But because of the rooster, I wake up at 3 a.m. I used to have one in the back, and I got he got rid of that. But now there's some rooster in the front. I hear him very, very far away, but it still wakes me up. But he lives really close to it, and he's like, I just don't want to. He said, well, he literally almost said, he's on his last few days, but last few months. So we'll see. I'll be happy to help him. Any more questions, my friends? No, it's an AI bottleneck play. They will. Oh, by the way, Lance, I am actually invested in something AI. Talking about AI, I'm invested in Miso Robotics. I don't know if anyone heard of it. I invested in them in 2018 as well. It's like a investment thing. So Miso Robotics, but it's like I just bought stocks in them many, many years ago, but they're still growing. They don't have IP. They haven't IPO'd yet. So I don't know if anyone heard of Miso Robotics, but it's like some franchisors in some food chains in the US are using them. So it's like the Flippy. They do they flip the burgers. That's why it's called the Flippy. It flips the burger. It's like a robot that flip burgers, and they do the French fries. Hey Sonia, thank you. No, they're not public yet. They don't. They're not. It's I just invested in them as just to make them grow. So I didn't invest a lot, but I think it will be some money because it was really literally at the start of the company. So, so it was like a startup, but now they're getting pretty big, and they I think they will IPO at any time. Maybe in the next coming 2 years, maybe. But I think they Miso Robotics. The Flippy is already actually. I think Nvidia also partnered with them. So Miso Robotics. Um, so Nvidia, Amazon, they are working with. Um, what are the companies that they already? I forget. My brain is not working. Expansion. Oh, here fundraisers. Where are they? The Flippy. So the Flippy is in. I can't find the. Oh, here. Flippy 2 is installed in um, Jack in the Box, Cali Express, Rich, White Castle. Why are you always. Yeah. So Jack in the Box is already using the Flippy. Well, imagine if it goes to McDonald's or to we had like a bonus, a Christmas bonus, and I thought, okay, well, let me invest a little bit of that, and I did. Oh, you know the Flippy? Yeah, it's the Flippy. I'm invested in the Flippy, but it's you just have to invest and forget about the money because you can lose it all. Yeah, but I mean, come on, it was such a good. I mean, the Flippy is going to be huge, I think. Um, yeah, and Nvidia is involved now as well. So, okay, we're almost. Look at this going. I like it. Look at. Oh, I want to see my level hit. That would mean that we nice. Um, I think it will be a spike up or something, and then. Okay, guys. And anything Jensen touches turns to gold, like Musk kind of. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, guys. Well, I'll see you back later. I don't feel like watching this anymore. Let's touch some grass, sand, whatever, and enjoy your day. Stay safe. Remember, it's NFP week, so keep that in mind. The coming after an AM session. Yeah, and just keep journaling, guys. Keep journaling and keep learning and improving. And yeah, thank you, guys, again. I'll see you tomorrow or later today in pre-market prep. Ciao, ciao.